you know, the ones that they normally send out.
Yeah. Okay.
There, we're live now.
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy,
Sweet.
Daddy, Daddy.
What?
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 Mandarin.
What are you building?
Magic Mountain. More faster. Lunch.
No, you're not having lunch.
Ding.
Daddy, Daddy.
Yes,
Daddy. Please wrap it up, Daddy. Daddy.
Here, I sent Drew a message. I don't know if he's going to answer yet or not.
Yeah, I haven't heard. We don't hear him here in a little bit. We'll check in on him. He may have gotten lost.
Well, yeah, when I was watching the show on Thursday, I was actually on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I had a family emergency. My great-grandmother had a stroke, but she's doing okay now, so.
Oh, there's Drew. There, speak of the devil. He shall rise.
You showed her up. Yeah, we fucking we did the hangout, right? And as I said goodbye and Andrew hit close, Sean walks through the friggin' door. He like literally just showed up as we were shutting down. It's like nuts.
My dog.
You gonna try to make it in tonight?
Sean, no, I think he's out for tonight. He
Yeah, he's
traveled
out.
all day. Trying to get set back up.
My dog was. My dog was.
I figured out my problem, Jan, with that cutlass.
Yeah?
I think it was the reason that I think it was the reason I said it, because when I painted my Porsche, my El Camino, I put the gray primer. I put that on there, and then I used the blue metal flake testers, and I didn't have any problems with it. I think it was the reason I said it, because when
shit.
I have it on there.
That one and read that one.
What's going on?
Help me.
I see how it's true.
Lost the T4s.
What?
I lost the T4s for filing income tax.
How?
Not a fucking clue where they are. Oh, fuck my life.
Now how are you going to get your money?
One of them's online, but I think I'm gonna have to call the firm to get the other one.
Probably. Scott says he's going to be on there, and I'll probably soon.
Okay.
That was 5 minutes ago. Whoops.
Okay, cool. Well.
I got my parts in from Fred Henry, Pappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me a set of heads and valve covers for that Roadrunner build that I'm working on.
Cool.
Or just gathering parts. I haven't started on it yet.
Look, we have any tires here, boy.
That's another commission build for a buddy of mine.
Cool.
I'm gonna replicate his Roadrunner and his son's GTX.
There's Scott's in, boys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hola. Scotty G from Scale Model Addict.
It's going good. It's Saturday night.
Oh yeah, we're all losers, so we're hanging around on the interweb.
It's a wild and crazy life.
It is.
All right.
So when's the next video for the Millennium Falcon coming up?
Probably next week. I didn't have enough to. There's not enough difference yet to be able to justify a video, so
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure.
because I just did the bottom like the top. So
Yeah. It must take you a couple, or like at least a week's worth of filming and stuff to get together a 10-minute video, doesn't it? Because you do a lot of the kind of bits and pieces of each step, doesn't it?
I try to, but I'm not doing much lately. I'm just so absorbed in this. I'm not turning on the camera too much. You know?
Yeah, I gotta appreciate what you're doing because I can't understand how you keep it straight to say you get the groove. And
Yeah.
then I should be filming this, and you go film it, and then you lost your groove, right? Like it's.
Yeah, and that's that's totally what happens. Either you're gonna build or you're gonna video yourself building, like whatever. I'm taking a lot of pictures with my iPhone though.
Yeah, cool.
It's easier that way.
Yeah, and we kind of build a slideshow while talking over it, kind of deal.
Yeah, like I prefer like the rock and roll stuff, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather finish this than lose it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand what you mean. But I've done a few builds, and they should have taken like a month to do, and it ends up being like 6 months because you just get burned out trying to film, or the filming just bogs you down so bad. But
I know it's
part of the hobby.
yeah, if you choose for it to be, it's a pain in the butt sometimes. Like you got to choose one or the other, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, somebody else wants to join, so I got to figure out how to get them in here.
I'm full house tonight.
Yeah, that's doing good.
Ow! Good night to sand.
Well, that's all I've been doing is sanding. It seems like for weeks.
Oh yeah, check it out,
Tell me-
man.
Scratch build, add a little piece, sand, sand, and sand.
I'm going to be chipping all night.
Well, that's fun.
Always.
Yep.
First time, so.
How are you gonna do it?
Well, I've got the hairspray on it a few days ago, and I painted it a couple days ago. So,
What did you paint? Oh, I lost your feed. I can see.
it's a British AS90 tank.
So what kind of thing did you put over the hairspray?
I use Vallejo, but I guess it's not the best to use. It turns kind of gooey when you put the water on it.
Yeah, a little bit. It's going to chip different than other stuff, and not because it's really latex, eh? That stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
It's almost like when you see them peeling face masks off in movies. There, it's got that gummy.
Yeah, for sure. Probably not the best one to start off with.
Oh no, everything's worth trying.
Yeah, for sure.
I've screwed them all up, so
Oh no.
not all of them.
PSA for anybody that's watching. I got my cards done.
Oh, sweet. Look at that.
Yep.
Scotty's a print shop. He can do them right up for you.
Oh, I just use my own printer. Like this is a 4x6 photo paper.
Oh yeah, cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Holy dog.
Since I've been finally waiting. I know for a fact I got the one from Young Model Master coming in here before too long, but then after that, I think I got a window to start sending all the others that sent their cards to me. I'm going to send them all my cards out.
Oh,
I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got them already. But yeah, I like it because it puts basically my YouTube channel together pretty much because I don't just do model building. So
I feel bad because I haven't done them, but we were talking the other night there. Cards are cheap and it's shipping in Canada sucks. Gosh,
Yeah.
Dylan, don't do that. Dylan,
for the YouTube and the Facebook page is on the bottom. Well, this one has a Facebook page, but this is for my Facebook page on the bottom.
Oh, cool.
Like spread the word out on that.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been updated much because my motor's been pulled apart, but hopefully it won't be for too long.
Yeah, no, it's. I know that feeling. Been there before.
How come you guys just don't do the shop cards as a download and let people download them and print them?
Well, that's what I was thinking about. Chris and I were
Benny
talking about doing that.
Videos doing it. You know,
Too many people doing it?
I haven't seen any videos of my cards. The people that are subscribed to me, I don't, or that I'm subscribed to, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I think Benny Mac there, Benny Mac Attack, I think is what he calls himself. He set a Facebook page up. He's got a lot of people over there, mostly because he wasn't a dick about it.
Mine is on there.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's see, where do I want to go?
This is the third week you guys are trying this?
Yeah, just the third one we've done.
Like 3 weeks, isn't it?
It's been about 3 weeks since the last one too, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I thought of it earlier this week because I knew I'd be down here tonight. I wonder what Jazz is doing for a hangout.
Gil posted one for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
He's already got his set up. He just hasn't clicked live on it yet.
Yeah, they're doing their live show. There's a group of them that kind of do a show together.
Oh, the fun.
Don't they do a hangout afterwards? Something like that?
They do their hangout like we're doing right now. They do that afterwards.
Yeah.
They must have to organize a live show quite a bit. Like,
Yeah.
at least get some discussion points figured out or something.
Yeah. I've seen that show. It's not a really bad show.
Man, I find like I took that hiatus, I guess. But Frig, there's a lot of modeling on YouTube now. Like
yeah.
a lot. Yeah. I'm still every day I find a channel I didn't know about.
Yeah, I find the same way.
You know, and it's a wide spectrum of styles. Like all kinds of different stuff. Even stuff in Japan and like all kinds.
Yeah, she's getting huge and getting huge fast. It's kind of neat to see.
Yeah, everybody said modeling was going to die, but it's not right now.
No, she's on the up.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's not so much kids; it's the guys that are like our age. They're just people coming back. But a lot of newbies too.
Yeah.
Like lots, and that's great. I see it more in the sci-fi circles, but a lot. It's awesome.
I love it.
It's a holiday.
Hey Jan, what do you use for flat clear?
On your tanks and stuff?
Yeah.
I think I'm using Tamiya. Rattle. Second.
Okay. Because I bought some Krylon flat clear, but it dries kind of glossy.
Yeah. I've been using Chester's Doll Coat.
Okay.
Let's see. That's the stuff there that I'm using for the doll.
Master make like a lusterless clear, something like that.
Yeah. That's another clear. And I think I'm using for like cars and stuff.
Tried it.
Seems to be getting the trick done anyway.
Come on.
Anybody watching the comments?
Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Is there comments on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm on Google. They're not here,
Holy shit.
That's the followers.
What am I doing?
All right.
Oh, the Atomic
I'm gonna
Dog's
say-
watching. And Joe McCaslin.
So, God, are you getting excited for Shearwater in 2 weeks?
2 weeks. Holy shit.
I know. Fuck.
I got nothing to bring. I'm going to bring this, but it's like, it's not going to be anywhere near finished.
No. Need to see it though in person.
Oh yeah, that I forgot to mention that show I was going to go to in Salina. I might not do that
No?
because it turns out that that's the same day that the first race is in Topeka, so I might go over there and watch the Malibu. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It's a lot closer though. I might save a road trip. Plus, my truck's been having a lot of problems lately. I don't want it to break down.
Yeah. Tough call, right?
Yeah, I was telling Brandon, I think my distributor cap went to shit this morning because my truck wouldn't start. It was just pinging and backfiring.
Chev truck or Ford truck?
My Chevy.
Oh, well, that's normal.
One.
Oh. Matt
Shit.
Fadden said he'd be in a little bit.
Pile of junk anyway. But that's all I got.
Well, buddy, if it's got tits or wheels, it's going to give you trouble.
Yep.
It's gotten me into trouble a couple times. Just a couple. So yeah, I might just go over to Topeka instead of going to that show.
You got other shows that hit during the year too, don't you?
Huh?
There's other shows you can go to it during the year.
That's the only one that I know of.
Ah, shit. That's a tough call then. If it's one of like 3 or 4 or 5, right? You kind of have to pick and choose, right?
Yeah, this is the only one I've heard of that's at least in the state of Kansas.
Holy shit.
Of course, I think there's more. I just don't know if there's any more. I just heard about this one, and
Yeah. I know.
I went to it last year, but then
Pete over at Scaled World Net, he's trying to put together a very large, like a directory of all the model shows everywhere, right? You kind of click on your area.
Mhm.
Christy and I were talking about doing like a calendar where we get everybody to submit all their shows and shit like that, and then the calendar would have like the North Model Shop banner pick winners for 12 of them or something. And then every weekend would have a model show listed down from all over the world, right?
Uh-huh.
So talking to Dr. Cranky, he said he lost his shirt when he did calendars. Everybody wanted them, nobody bought them. So I'm like,
Yeah, they're nothing to make money on. It's like printing a small magazine, a calendar.
Yeah.
It's like a
I didn't realize it was that intense, but yeah,
That's it's a 16-page magazine hung the other way. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I tried them too, but I printed them on my machine here at work, and I'm sure my cost alone was upwards of $89 a piece.
Jesus, yeah, and it's hard to sell a calendar for $10, right? People are like, oh, friggin' way.
And then the shipping, right? It's all the friggin' shipping again.
Yeah,
Like,
take that into consideration, right?
$10 for the calendar, $15 to ship it. Like,
yeah.
Well, just about.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
I think it's kind of ridiculous how, like, when I do trade deals, for some reason it's $7.75 to ship it from New York to Kansas, but it's $9.75 to ship it the other way around.
Probably because nobody wants to go to New York.
$2 to do trade. Well, on a good note, I get free stuff, so can't argue with that.
No, sir.
It's worth paying the shipping
I think I'll have to build a car after this. I'm gonna be so tired of chipping and weathering.
Yeah. It's nice to have multiple genres under your belt. That way you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go.
Yeah, I'm actually really liking that.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like doing the military stuff, but then kind of got into it. And I was like, it's not a bad change, right? It strengthens your skills all across the board.
I'm gonna start doing turbo cars.
Turbo!
I've got a few ideas coming up that I want to require twin turbos, so I'm gonna try and get into that.
Cool. Right here.
Okay.
I just watched Fury last night for the first time.
How'd you like that?
Friggin' wicked. I want to watch it again, I think.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
Not a bad movie.
Oh no, I really like it. Stuff like I don't know. It hit all the notes for me. Like,
yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah. And I actually thought they might have made it.
Yeah.
I thought they made it. Spoiler alert.
I was reading an article on that, and they actually used real Sherman tanks.
Yeah, no doubt.
All the actors, like the main actors there, they were all forced to sleep in tents out in the mud. So they were worn and tired and aggravated, and it was a very difficult film to film out.
Wow.
But the guys hated the director, and they hated each other, and it just made for a really authentic movie, right? Like a lot of the fighting and the frustrations was real.
Wow. You notice a dude from The Walking Dead in it?
What's that?
You watch The Walking Dead?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Anybody? No? I don't watch it anymore, but there was a guy from that.
Oh, cool.
He was the real jughead there. The load guy loading the
Oh yes. The
loader.
Yeah.
I just never got into it.
No.
First couple seasons were good, and that was about it.
Oh, The Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned into too much of a gore show for me. It's like I don't need this kind of horror in my brain. Like honestly, it's just too gratuitous. Like
This repeats itself too.
yeah, just too disturbing. Like I don't need to sit down and watch 2 hours of evil. But the first few seasons were better.
I heard it was the tits at work. Everyone was talking about it. I didn't have Netflix. I didn't have what was the other one that it was on? Whatever channel it was on, didn't matter. I didn't have it, so I
AMC.
watch it. Oh, AMC, yeah. So I never did get into it, but people do freaking still swear by it. So it's an awesome show, but it's one of those things. Christy and I will get into it in about 4 years when it's over, and then binge watch. I'm like, oh, I wish they'd make more, and completely miss the boat on the hype.
Oh, kind of like Grey's Anatomy. You wish there was more, right?
No. So done with that show. Christy watched the last season by herself because I just couldn't take it anymore.
That show.
Man. For being doctors, you think they'd realize they need to put on a rubber when they bang, but no.
Nobody got time for that.
Everybody getting pregnant and everything else, and oh my Jesus.
Yes. Good job, good job, good job. Oh. All the way.
I'm gonna see if I can try and get my El Camino done this weekend.
And when you guys are driving to Shearwater, heading from New Brunswick, I went 2 years, and both years I got lost. I ended up downtown Dartmouth. I go in like I'm going to the bridge, then I'd keep going straight instead of hanging the right to go across the McDonald's, and then it would take me right downtown in Dartmouth each time. Twice. I hit myself in the head last year when I. So stupid. Like, where do you branch off? It must be back on the 4-lane somewhere, eh?
I took a left instead of a right last year when I was going to the Berwick show. We ended up in Dartmouth too.
Yeah. I try to think there, Scotty. When you're coming in.
Yeah, like I go in past on the highway.
Yeah.
But I think it's before the Micmac Mall exit that I should branch off somewhere, isn't there?
Yes, because
when
when
I
I
leave-
go,
Yeah.
I got to go to the Micmac Mall, that highway, the Bicentennial, what they call it, they just call it the Cirque. You get on that. When I get on that, I just keep going right through it. That takes you right to the very end of it, and then you're right left.
Where do you get onto it though?
I get on. See, I'm coming the other way, right?
I know.
What I do is I cheat because I'm not very familiar with the area, so I go through Burnside Industrial Park and catch it on the top end, right? Now
Okay.
you can keep going straight. I think through there, and you catch it at the very. For me, it's go right to the end of the 101, and then that gets me right into downtown Dartmouth, where Burnside is, and you keep going right straight, and then catch the 102.
Yeah, I think it's the 102.
Yeah, and then hang on that, and you can stay there right to the very end.
Right.
I'm trying to think of the because I'm trying to think coming that way, because we've always come home, right? So then it's kind of thinking which way to get there. Christ, I'll have to think about that one. I've never thought of it.
Well, I'll just look it up. I'll just look it up on Google Maps.
Yeah,
It's
See,
a
I
real.
always get screwed. What I used to do is coming from the Brunswick, went ahead for us to head home. We want to take exit B to get us into Yarmouth via the 101. And
Yeah.
I'll always end up taking exit A, which gets me Bedford. And I gotta get moved back around. I always miss it because they're like side by side, or one after another, like on top of each other.
Yep.
I had a guy coming from the States, and he got a rental car in the airport. He was supposed to be up here at my place at 3. Well, he called me at 3:30. He's I'm not sure I'm I'm in Dartmouth. You're in the wrong end. He just keeps pouring around forever trying to figure out how to get to my place, but
I bet. Dartmouth, yeah, that's what it is. I'll look it up on Google Maps. I should have done that the first time, really.
yeah, I'm kind of spoiled, right? For me, it's just a straight run into it, literally.
Yeah.
Or where you gotta go.
Remember
The
where?
highway that I gotta get on to go to it. I used to have to travel that every single morning when I was going to trade school, doing my final exam block.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up taking one of the exits to go to Lower Halifax, it's called, right?
Yep.
Take that exit to get there, but it really just kept going straight. And you would go right down into the right to the end of the road, and go by the refinery and all that shit, and then get to the officers' club, the base, and then there.
It would be nice to have something to bring for the tables.
Yeah. I'll tell you, if you have 148 jet, you're guaranteed a prize. Because last year there was 2 entries in 148 jet. I
No.
was so tempted to run out and grab an unfinished kit or a brand new kit. Gotta throw it together really fast, put it on the table. Guaranteed 3rd place. This year there'll be probably 50 jets there.
Yep.
Everybody and their dog doing the same build, right? Or doing the same idea.
Tits.
Working on Drew.
I'm working on the Dragonfly.
Oh yeah, sweet.
I had a look at the storage. I was going to try to get some more tide marks off. I said, no. I'm never doing that again.
No.
I'm never not gloss coating again.
Really?
It's not worth it.
What
Really.
What did you do after? Washes, you said?
I did a I shot my matte sand color for it,
Right.
and then I put my decals on and used Mark Fit over it,
Mark Fit.
and I wound up with tide marks, like a pooling puddle almost.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
darker than the surrounding paint. Yes. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm not happy.
How bad is
So
it?
it's noticeable. I tried going over the whole aircraft with Mark Fit solution
Yeah.
to try to make the whole thing the same tone of,
Yeah,
but it
that's what I would start with too.
hasn't quite worked yet. So it might just be the remedy of putting more Mark Fit solution on the paint, but you shouldn't have to spray your model with Mark Fit solution.
So Mark, is that like Microsol or whatever? Like a decal setting?
Yeah, it's like a set and sol all in one.
Okay.
To me, a
So-
product. It,
Yep. And it works pretty good on decals if it's cleared. Like you don't have any tide issues then, but I just decided that I'd give it a go on, on matte, uncleared. And I don't think I'll just decide to give it a go like that anymore. I think I'll stick with what works.
Yeah, great.
This thing's fitting pretty sweet though, Jan.
yeah, the Dragonfly.
Yep. I can't get over how good it is so far.
Those jump tier kits, man, they're the tits. I love them.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm at the point with this thing where I've got the cockpit all tore apart.
Yeah.
So I've got to decide the way I put it back on. I have to figure out how much interior I want to do. Do I want to light it? Do I want to show the walkway behind the door? Because some guys do it where the cockpit door behind Chewie and Han is open, and then you can see the hallway in that little, it's not a 45-degree bend,
Yeah.
right? Well, they'll model that hallway a bit and put a few LEDs in there so you get the illusion of the interior.
Yeah, you mean Peter and Brian.
Yeah, Pete and Bry.
Every time I watch Star Wars now, like all I can think about is the Family Guy version, right?
Okay, yeah.
Just laugh my ass off.
I've only seen the one that came out before Rogue One. I saw that one in theaters. That's the only Star Wars movie I've actually seen. And other than that, I've seen the Family Guy.
Really?
Oh, you're missing awesome stuff.
I've only ever watched the Family Guy Star Wars, not the
Oh, you
real
guys are
one.
a bunch of losers.
Who's got the time?
I told that to one of my buddies, and he kind of wasn't really happy about that. So I guess I got to watch next time I go over. I guess I got to watch the full marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Guess you just don't have to go over that.
My dog loved the original Star Wars. Just the
Your
noises
what?
that were always going on. She was ready to trade with it.
Dog or your daughter?
The dog.
Dog.
All the weird noises and beep, 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 beep. The dog was always just like, "Woo, what was that?"
Jesus Christ. Oh. Excuse me.
I'm not like a huge science fiction fan more than that. I just like the ships from Star Wars.
Matthew McFadden said he's going to join us here a bit too, Jan.
What's that?
Said Matthew McFadden said he's going to join us in a bit.
That sounds like a maritime name.
Yeah.
He's in Newfoundland.
He's in Newfoundland. He's from Middleton, just down the road here from us.
Yeah. Cool beans. Where's my ruler? Come on.
Whoa.
Whereabouts do you live, Drew? Must be down the road from Jan, I guess. Oh, he's gone.
You want to take a piss? Yeah, he's
He didn't apologize.
Drew grew up about 5 houses down from me.
Okay.
And he's moved to Berwick, which is just one community over from us. So
Yep.
close.
I've been down through there. Cool. BFF.
Farthest I've been ever home is Nashville, Tennessee.
You're in Nashville, Tennessee?
No, that's the farthest I've been. I live in Kansas.
Okay.
Right smack dab in the middle of nowhere.
Well, there's lots of those around here, too.
Oh, Jesus, that's around the corner.
Yep. There's a lot of smack dabs.
Yeah. Butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it Sussex.
I got a cousin who lives in Sussex.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah, Brad and Vicky Buchanan. And she's a elementary school teacher, and I think he works at a car dealership.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Brad and Vicky Buchanan.
Whereabouts are you from, Scott?
Rexton.
Rexton, okay.
I live in Bucktouche, but from Rexton.
I'll be back in a minute there, gentlemen. I gotta go help put some kids to bed.
Yeah, Sussex ain't too far. Holy cow, it's just a jump.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, no, next door. You must go to Cam's too, then.
Yeah, I think I met you there a few years ago, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. Must have. I haven't been there for a while, but the year I did go, wasn't that long.
I remember you had a rat rod, and
Yeah, I would have had my truck from.
yeah.
You go down to Shearwater too?
No, not yet.
No?
Planning on it one of these days, but just not right yet.
Oh my.
You gotta leave early.
Yeah.
It's a good show, but Cam's is good too. Cam's is all models, right? Shearwater's a kind of eclectic.
Yeah, Cam's was a real good one.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll build a whole interior, light it, friggin' put some pizza in the corner.
Might as well.
Might as well. I came this far, right?
Yeah. Where they have cams in the high school there now, it's a lot better than the old location, eh?
Yeah, it is. It's quite a bit better.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, I was only at the old location. I never went to the new one.
Okay.
I was at that old like Legion or whatever it is.
Yeah, the small place.
Oh, now they're in a high school.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better to get around the show now.
Yeah, no doubt.
To make it around everything and stay out of people's way.
Nice. That's a lot of work. Scott and guys there must work their tail off.
Yeah.
When's the Berwick show now? That's late August or early September?
Shoot, I don't even remember.
It depends. Some years, I mean, we've had it on the 4th of August. Like Gala Day is on the 4th of August one year, and then the next year is actually when Labor Day is in September. So
Yeah.
goes back and forth sometimes. They just don't know what they're doing. Like one year they tried it earlier on to see if more people would come, and I don't think more people did.
Earlier on? Yeah.
Well, that's what they tried one year, but now it's back to September, I think, or late August.
Yeah, even then,
Late August.
it's a tricky time. People are on vacation, and
Yeah,
nobody's
exactly.
nobody's really building much that time of year. It's tricky. You can't please everybody.
No.
I would think like 2 or 3 weeks after school starts would maybe be good. Then there's Thanksgiving coming and whatever. All right.
Oh.
How's the sheeping going, Brandon?
The sheepin?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not from St. Martin's, so.
St. Martin's.
You getting the hang of it?
What?
Are you getting the hang of chipping?
You said sheeping.
Yeah, yeah. It was meant to be a play on accents. Like, it's never worked.
Well, sheeping.
No, how's it going?
Well, chipping's going good
Good.
so far. Might have overdone it on a few parts, but I don't care.
Well, I know when I've done it, I've used the number 3 from Tresemme there. And if I wanted big chips, I'd spray my paint on quickly, and then I'd chip it within 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
But if I wanted smaller chips, I'd spray my hairspray on, let it evaporate a little more, spray my paint on, and maybe come back in 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
That's how I've done
this
it.
Vallejo stuff not chipping very easy since it's like house painting, just wants to peel right off.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. It's like house paint. I find the best that I've used, I've tried Vallejo, Life Color, Tamiya, and AK, which is like Vallejo. And the Tamiya works best, but the Life Color could work just as good. So Tamiya had more control, but that was my experience.
I think I'm gonna try the Tamiya next.
Yeah. But I've chipped the Vallejo stuff. It works. It's just like you say, you gotta be so careful not to pull up a big like scab of it. You just gotta really watch.
Yeah.
But it works.
I did a Corsair, and I did a aluminum finish, and then I did a zinc chromate yellow on top of that, and I chipped those with Model Master. Those were Model Master colors. And then I waited a little more, and I sprayed blue on top of the zinc chromate, and ship the blue. And I found that the longer I waited, the finer the specks that would come off.
Right.
But it was different.
Yeah. Yeah.
First time doing it.
It's all fun.
I'll get some of the dust off it. Geez, I wonder. Where's the camera at? Right. That looks dry. Looks like I can spray it gray now.
Damn it. I'm going to try an experiment. Let's see if I can drill a hole through the back of these windows for my roll bar. Not, I'm just going to tear it in half and just use the front window. I don't really care.
Come on. Yeah. Smoke break.
I think this is the quietest hangout we've had so far.
I think so. Everyone's fucking working.
Concentrating.
Focus.
Trying not to stab myself. Like the other day when I was on Gil's live stream, I stabbed myself in front of people.
Oh, shit.
Number 11 strikes again.
Yeah, they're vicious. Man, that's a dog's dick.
What?
Brandon,
Yeah?
do you feel you have the better side of the Bay of Fundy?
I don't really go there, so probably not.
Okay. You're just on that fucking just passing through show? Oh, you're just pissed off because we have better say of Bay of Fundy. You ain't got the better side of the Bay of Fundy, you dirt stash fence bastard.
Well, that beach we went to the first year we were down to your place, that was the Bay of Fundy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys got the better side.
Is it? I don't fucking know.
You see that the Carter's Beach thing going around Facebook?
Huh?
That place in Nova Scotia, Carter's Beach. It's like 2 hours from you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
One with the blue water and all that. I guess there was way too many people going there last year and almost wrecked the place.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't hear that one.
fucking Facebook.
Yeah, bastards.
I think that's gonna work.
See the tits?
Yep.
Ah, there we go.
I cut the holes out for the roll bar by my back window.
Sweet. No, it's good.
Let's just see if it'll fit on the body. So far, it looks like it'll fit. This is just sitting on the bucket right now.
Is there such thing as way too much chipping or no?
Yep.
Yeah. Like it's been the real Iraq.
Just think of it as wear and tear and where would it normally show up, and leave some parts totally untouched because they'd never get chipped. Not that I'm an expert, but
Whoops.
I read all the articles in the magazine. But nonetheless, I overdo it all the time. If you look at that, what was it, Jan? 30-something. The one that painted up kind of like an X-wing, but it was a rat rod car. whatever. It was just chipped to death. It looks ridiculous. I look at it now and think, boys, I got to repaint that because it's just brutal. Like, yeah, it was like it went through a hailstorm of friggin' crushed cinder blocks or something. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, this is what I don't know if I can show it or not.
But yeah, there's a subtle line I find, right? But just go for it and then you learn. You'll see what you like. I likes it. I likes it.
If the boys don't like them, fuck them.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, you all right.
And just remember, Brandon, first place and last place in the show plays the same.
Yeah.
I go to bike it, not to win.
I hope I find some 172 armor. Man, I'd like to find a stash of that just for Greeblies, like half broken kits. I don't care what kind of shape they're in.
Yeah. Brandon, were you building some 172s or were you getting to something else different?
I built 2 of them.
Okay, yeah.
The Tiger model Abrams was a really good one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, I'll have it at the show this year.
Sweet.
I got a table again, so I'm kind of stuck at the table. I was thinking of just, I've only got that, I've got some books and stuff left to sell. I think I'll just put them on the table and put a piggy bank and just put like, walk away.
Yeah.
You know, drop $10 in the hat and take a book. Like,
yeah. You had the prime picking spot there last year, right at the door.
yeah, I had a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was staying there. I don't know if you got much touring going, but you had it down the road from you, and it kind of funneled into like a bottleneck to get through the door to get to the big auditorium.
Yeah.
There was a dude there that obviously did not believe in the old pit stick. And you
Oh,
could smell him from your booth, right? It was epic. Woo.
Really?
Jeez.
Delightful.
But by the time I got past your booth, I had no money left, so it didn't really matter.
No, I sold a lot of stuff last year.
Yeah, no, I would say, holy shit, people going like crazy with it.
Yeah. It was
It'd
good.
be nice if the train guys were somewhere else and all the model related vendors and stuff were in where the train guys were, right beside the model show.
Yeah.
But I see why they push them all over the place, so it forces you to walk through the show, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
All right. That madness is over.
Where you go?
That's what you think.
Prime the piss pump?
No, I went to paint this cockpit gray, and I was having a hell of a time with Model Master Paint.
Yeah.
With this airbrush my new airbrush.
Yeah.
I've been thinning it as much as I can, and anyways, it's still shooting it like crap, and it's entirely through the Model Master line. Like I tried shooting a gloss red,
Yeah.
on my Lamborghini, and had the same issue as I just had with this flat gall gray.
It just rolls right off.
So, you get it thin enough that it'll shoot, and it'll just roll off. It'll separate.
That's the problem I had when I was playing Model Masters. But then one time I was all drunk up and started spraying the model. And the next morning it looked pretty good, and that's all I used was the Model Masters.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never had success silver trying to make that work. I don't know why.
No, you know what's funny? Like when I had my Badger, like my Patriot, and my Iwata Neo, they would shoot Model Master fine, but it's when I got down to this 0.18 needle size that it's become a problem.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I gotta skip out, boys, for about 15 minutes. I gotta go pick Andrew up from down the road.
Fuck me dead.
I'll be back.
Yeah, sure.
I think I will be anyway. There we go. Mute.
Peace.
Laser. So I wonder why that needle's causing the problem. What's your air pressure at?
Well, I've had it. I can shoot with it anywheres from 12 to 30, and on my car body with Tamiya X1, I use 30 psi, and I had, really thin paint.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering if the Model Master pigment is a little more coarse than other types,
I wonder.
and it's just not getting through. But
Yeah.
I just noticed it now with this flat gall gray on the interior as well, that it wasn't having as much, like the airbrush would spitter and spatter with it.
Yeah.
And then when I just cleaned it out now, I cleaned it out with lacquer thinner. And towards the end of the lacquer thinner, everything, it was just one constant flow. But when I'd originally put the lacquer thinner in, spitter and spattery. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to stick with Tamiya through that airbrush, because for me that's what's working. But I've used Model Master without thinning and other brushes, and had it, work just fine for me. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough experience with that paint to even have a clue.
yeah. I like Model Master because their paint line is pretty diverse, and I mean, I can go get it in Greenwood, and it's only 15 minutes away from me, right?
that's the selling thing.
Yeah, and that way I'm not mixing colors all the time like I am with Tamiya. But if that's what I have to do with that airbrush, I'll do it, because
the
other airbrush is better than anything else I have.
You get Tamiya in Halifax?
I can get Tamiya in Halifax, and I can get it in Greenwood. So.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah, I've got two choices in Greenwood for that.
Okay.
I only have the only two choices I have is like testers and Model Masters. That's at the Hobby Lobby.
Okay. You guys have a Hobby Lobby?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
That's where
That's
I mostly do shopping. Sometimes I can walk into Hobby Lobby and stand in the model car aisle for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and people will be walking up and they'll be sitting there pondering what to build, and I can actually go up there and help them decide what to build, because I'm always in there all the time,
Yeah.
Because I know their stock room like no other, because of what they got,
It's a nice store.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous that they got Hobby Lobbies. Big, nice big chain store. Coupon deals, maybe.
That's the only place I ever get models, like, other than shows and eBay. And trade deals, actually. Because they used to sell them at, like, Walmart. They did sell them at Hastings, but Hastings goes nationwide. So.
Yeah. I remember Walmart here used to sell models too, but they always consistently carried the same thing, and their product never ever really changed as new models came out.
Yeah, exactly. It was the monkey.
That was fun, though.
That's what I found even with Greenwood here, with the rewards. They came out with a fairly impressive list of vehicles and airplanes, and they had everything from Dragon to Italeri, Revell, a few Oshima kits, but what they do is they reorder the same stock.
Yeah.
Unless you specifically ask for them to bring something else new in. So, the first year that they had this, new product line, they were coming out with, new stock that was released, but it seemed like over the last 2 years they've just kept reordering the same old stock.
Yeah.
And nothing that's been new that's come out is on the shelves.
Okay.
Yeah, it usually takes about, for Hobby Lobby, at least takes like 2 or 3 months to get a release shipment in.
Okay, yeah.
Like a month before the 83 outlets went to shelving, I bought it on eBay.
Yep.
I was kind of pissed about that.
I've had some deals with LHSs, like local hobby shops, where I've been the first to get one of 4 models in the country, because he was pretty good that way. Like it was flown in on an aircraft, and I had them in August, and a lot of other people never got them in December. But you got to be, I don't know how I would say, you kind of got to be friends with them, I guess.
Yeah,
For sure. Oh, come on.
So my grandparents are moving out of their house, right?
Right.
And I went and helped. They're moving into an apartment building, and so they're getting rid of all the stuff in the house. And what's one of the things they're getting rid of? They're getting rid of a 1920s AM radio player. It doesn't even have FM. And it weighs 350 to 400 pounds. We were bringing it down the stairs, and I looked at my mother and I said, something this big doesn't even hold a kilobyte of data, but today we can hold, a whole, 30 gigabytes of music in our hands if we want to. But this thing required 3 men to walk down the stairs.
Crazy.
I couldn't get over it. How technology changes, right?
yeah.
We're really lucky.
It took my grandparents years to get rid of their box TV, with the little dial.
Yeah. Oh,
Big one, too.
yeah. I mean, this thing's pretty crazy. It's got like the whole there's like 5 or 6 or 7 tubes in the back of this machine, and there's a gramophone needle and playing tube on the top of it to play records.
Must sound.
It
Probably sounds
high
good.
tech for the day.
Yeah.
I guess when my great grandfather got it, he had to have a license in order to use the radio.
Really?
Yeah, it came with this license that he had to get in order to use it.
Wow.
Hmm.
So what's happening with it?
Well, right now, it's in our living room. And yeah, it's just it's wild. I tell you.
Have you tried it?
I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They'll either keep it. I think my father wants to keep it.
Yeah.
And if they ever want to get rid of it, it's gonna go to one of my uncles who's kind of like an AM radio collector, but he collects the small stuff, not the big stuff, apparently,
Oh.
because he never wanted it.
I think actually my grandparents, because like the TV they had, it was one of those big ones where you don't need a stand for it. Like it's sitting on the floor.
Oh,
Oh,
it sat on the floor like it was a floor-sitting TV.
Like it was a shelf combo TV. It had dials and everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, my grandparents had one of those too.
maybe 200 pounds, maybe. It was huge. But then once the TV quit, they put the new one on top of it because they used the shelf. The back in '08, they had now that TV doesn't exist anymore. So, whoops.
Um,
Anybody watching YouTube?
yeah, there's no new comments.
No.
How many viewers?
2 people watching.
nice.
This
Yeah.
ends up being recorded, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, I hope I don't sound like an ass.
Well,
No,
you're
just like-
definitely going to sound like a Canadian.
Canadian. That's what I was gonna say. Drew, you've got the heaviest Canadian accent here.
Oh no, you guys do.
No, that
You guys are hoser through and through.
you ever hear yourself say about?
Yeah, a boat. Yeah.
A boot.
What are you talking about?
A boat?
What about what about hey, how would you say you know for sure?
You know for sure.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. More sure than sure. Yeah.
Same with me. SHORE. Sure. Oh.
Sure 5 thing.
So, yeah, funny thing about like records and stuff like that. I guess my great grandfather worked at a bank and he was some sort of accountant for somebody, among many other things he did. We found a piece of paper for a schooner that was bought in 1920. It was $19,000 in 1920, right? I was like, hey, Mom, guess what that was for? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, it's probably for running rum. So she's thumbing through these papers, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, hey, look, there's a fine here from the Liquor Commission. I said, what? She said, yeah, it's a pretty big one, too. $300.
Wow.
That was a lot of money. I said, see, I told you.
That's nothing when you're running rum.
I guess, no, that's probably only a barrel back then. But 1923, I guess that'd be a lot of money, or 1920.
That stuff's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting to see stuff like that.
Huh. Prohibition. Why did they do that anyways? What was Prohibition all about? I'm really ignorant.
Oh, they weren't allowed to. I don't know why they made it illegal to buy and sell and drink alcohol, but that's what happened.
Yeah, I
And
know.
anyways,
I don't know if it was
yeah, so, yeah, companies in Nova Scotia who were trading down in the Caribbeans would, bring rum up to Nova Scotia, and then they would sell it down northeastern seaboard. And, I mean, it's not like there weren't Americans doing it, too. I mean, there obviously were people who were smuggling rum into the Americas and alcohol.
Sure.
So, I mean, but it's funny to see that somebody in, 25 minutes outside of Bridgewater was running rum like you would not imagine.
Bringing back up that Nashville, Tennessee trip I took a few years back. We toured the Jack Daniel's Brewery.
Okay.
Yep.
That county, that is a dry county.
Really?
Yeah, they're not allowed to drink it, are they?
Yeah, they can make it, but they can't for
Not allowed to get caught drinking.
Huh.
the county is like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, nothing really exciting. Really small town where they make
No doubt.
Pittsburgh. I'd like to go back there again and do some taste testing because we couldn't. When I was back there, I was 19 or 18 and couldn't drink.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
20.
you weren't legal.
19 and couldn't drink.
Yeah, it's different in states.
You
21.
gotta be 21, don't you?
21.
Yeah.
Losers.
That's what I was thinking.
You can drink anywhere, just not in a bar.
Ah.
I was gonna say, how'd you guys get through like the last of the year of high school? The old parties.
Very, like, you just can't do taste testing. That's it. You can still see how everything's made and stuff. Do the taste testing part.
Oh, this isn't good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I lost my mineral spirit, so I can't wash my wash off.
They're trouble with your T4.
What do I use for
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
That's me. Come on.
How many people can be in a Google Hangout? Hangout. Must be about.
We've never had many to, see the limit.
I thought it was 8. Like the most, I watched Gills once, and I've watched the international scale modeling one, and I think I've seen like a maximum of 8 people on either.
Okay.
It is quite freaking
So
amazing.
I mean that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, it'd be nice to get into one of those ISM hangouts that just, like, once they start them, on the Facebook page, like 10 minutes later,
Wasn't Jan on one of them once?
Yeah, he was.
that's how I heard ISM from was him. I seen a video that he did.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. There's this one other girl too. She models over. She's a modeler, and she's, I don't know, over in Germany or something. Her name's Liz, and
Is the one that does the tanks?
the tanks and ships. She's been doing a ship lately, and she logs on, and you log right in, and there's like 80 people watching her. Like, my God,
All from Mom's basement.
must be nice, right? Helps when you got eye candy.
I'll have to check that one out. What's the channel called?
I see her on
It-
Facebook.
Yeah, D. It's a capital D, lowercase a, and VMA, and she's on Facebook, but she's like she's like on a subset of it because she doesn't really have her own channel.
Oh,
She just goes on and does the live on the page, right?
there's this chick. I seen that she was in like, what was it? John's Auto Cars or something. I can't remember. Her name's like Kelly. The name,
Okay.
it's like she's a pinup model, but then she does that pinup modeling like rat rods and stuff.
Yeah.
And then she also builds models. So that's pretty cool.
Huh. Brandon, you should really check out the Scale Models Critique group.
Oh, looks like he left.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, we did because he started small.
It might have dropped on him, so maybe he'll be back. I don't know if you can even get back into your own group, can you? Probably. That'd be funny if like he needed approval from one of us and we all denied him.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So I found out of my problem with this thing. It turns out that the tachometer I had was pushing on the windshield, so my interior bucket was coming in at a slant.
Oh, okay.
But the
That
whole
would do it.
glass, they fit perfectly. It was this tachometer because I had it mounted on the dash and it was too big, so it was pushing on the glass.
Yeah.
Now I got to remount.
You know what? Like with vehicles, I have like a love-hate relationship with them because like I like to follow the manuals, right? And I don't like to like test fit a lot of things, so I'll build the interior and paint the interior, and then I'll do the exterior,
Right.
and I don't test fit anything together, right? So at the end of the build, I'm here with two halves, and they're not fitting together, and I'm wearing the paint off the bottoms of them, right? I'm like, shit. So in my first blog, like in my blog about the Oshima, the Aventador, I said it's a lot like brushing your teeth and then drinking orange juice afterwards. You know, you want one taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
And this Aventador that I'm building is actually pretty sweet. Like it clicks in place pretty good, and I'm happy with it. But you know, if you're trial and error building like that, geez, hands off to you.
Trial and
I
error.
don't have patience to test fit.
Yeah.
Normally, a day's worth.
All right. Next.
This is you know, I redid the hood on this, and I that was one of my horror stories with the with Model Master Red there, and I just wet sanded that hood back down to plastic with 1500.
Yeah.
And then I came back in and I reshot it with without primer, and so far it's been all right.
Oh, it looks
I was happy with how it came out. It was a little faster than putting it in the Blue Lagoon and letting it sit.
Yeah, that's messy.
Yeah.
It looks like
I think what happened in the first place is I shot that Model Master red, and I don't think I got it cleared off enough before I shot that black on it.
Right.
And I think that texture that I had in the hood was from the old Model Master paint.
Could be. I've never been able to paint a real high shiny finish. Like, I've only tried once, maybe once and a half, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's a challenge. Like,
Friggin' right.
black is so hard to shoot because, and this last black that I shot on the hood there, that was water ink black thin is how I would put it.
Okay.
It would be like if you would shoot it on a clear piece of glass, it would come out like a smoky black instead of any black pigment.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was counterintuitive, but it worked.